being reported that nearly all of the creative team behind Disney Plus's upcoming Daredevil show have been fired. Undergoing what is being referred to as a creative overhaul, the Daredevil show's production seems to be off to a rocky start. As is becoming par for the course for Marvel nowadays, the Daredevil show, which was scheduled to be released spring of next year, has been delayed due to what is being referred to as, quote, a creative overhaul. The show is set to run for 18 episodes, and at the beginning of the writer's strike in June, less than half of the episodes had been shot. Supposedly, however, during this time, Marvel executives, including Kevin Feige, reviewed the footage and determined that the show wasn't working and would need to be reworked. Now, at the very least, I do appreciate the fact that the footage was reviewed and deemed unacceptable. We no longer live in a time where superhero content is guaranteed to succeed. There was a time pre-Avengers Endgame where practically anything Marvel released was guaranteed to turn a profit, quality aside. Captain Marvel made $1 billion, for God's sake. And while most of the Marvel shows and films we've gotten in the last few years have been mediocre at best, most of them were put into production during a time when Marvel couldn't fail. Footage likely wasn't reviewed and critiqued to the same standard as it perhaps is now. And that's sort of the silver lining I'm attempting to find here, that while quality at Marvel has gone way down, and frankly they've done the audience dirty, on the assumption that this report is true, this shows a self-awareness at Marvel that things need to improve. So circling back to the actual story, amidst the supposed lackluster footage, head writers Matt Corman and Chris Ord were let go in late September along with all of the directors for the remainder of the season. The article continues by stating that instead of following the traditional television production model, Marvel shoots entire $150 million plus seasons on the fly. They don't hire showrunners, but instead depend on film executives to run its series. And as Marvel does for its movies, they rely on post-production and reshoots to fix what isn't working. Quote, even though they remain the most watched shows on Disney+, Marvel series have recently faced a number of creative challenges and cries of diminishing returns from critics and audience metrics, end quote. While these points are certainly true, they only half explain the problem. Executives running the shows instead of showrunners, executives put in creative roles. But look at the creatives that Marvel did get involved in the making of the Daredevil show. Chris Ord, Matt Corman, 7 writing credits a pop. And honestly, I don't know if these are all writing credits. Both the guys are listed as executive producers on these shows, not writers. Regardless, not what you would call an impressive resume, especially when you look at the ratings on some of these projects. Let's just go ahead and hand them a $200 million show. What could go wrong? And this is really just a small piece of a much larger problem. As a whole, the Marvel film and television projects of the last 2 to 3 years lack creative experience. I'll just throw some up on the screen because it really is staggering how creatively lacking the individuals working on these projects are. People with little to no experience being put in charge of major multi-million-dollar productions. Writing, directing, in Hollywood, these are trades, skilled trades that take years to perfect. I've made this point 1,000,000 times, but I'll keep making it. These mega production companies who spend hundreds of millions of dollars on their productions hire these no-name, no-experience, quote, creatives so that they will do whatever the executives want, no questions asked. They do this so that executives can maintain complete creative control over these people and make whatever preachy crap they want. I think this not only accounts for the diminishing quality with these productions, but the major budgets as well. But this isn't a problem that Disney can just throw money at and make disappear. They need to hire creatives and allow them to do their jobs. Daredevil was one of the most popular shows on Netflix for a reason. It was a creative masterpiece, a street-level take on a superhero Marvel crap that we just really weren't getting in the big Disney Marvel productions at the time. And to keep it brief, it was awesome. Maybe get those creatives involved, but they won't. They'll choose their own, and things like delays and firings will continue to happen. I really love making these, and I'd like to keep making them, so please subscribe and like the video. If you love this sort of content, consider becoming a member. See you in the next one.